Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today we're going to have a look at our new lineup for today. So let's quickly go into it. No, sorry, a little addition to this. We're now safe. I said it multiple times. We're not safe from the relegation zone, which starts around here, and so we don't really need to win this time. What we need to do though is to build up some routine for our new players. And I have to say that today we could transfer a couple players so we have more room for new youngsters. I'm just opening the page right now. Very quickly, we're safe. We'll be selling some players in the next few days, and hopefully this will bring us some more useful money to be able to well, at the same time we should be able to withstand the next season and buy some players if needed, but hopefully they won't be. So very quickly, the bids, as you can see, we sold these 4 players recently. The very last of those was Bricou, I think. Scandal and Bricou were sold today. Luckily we could get some money back from Scandal and some money off Bricou as well. So I'm very happy with it, and now our financial situation, we'll see it more we'll see it more in detail next week when the passive income will increase. But at the same time, this is a positive situation. So let's have a look at what happens here. We'll be playing against FC Bellocassone in 1988, as you can see here. They sit here in the league. They've been conceding a very little amount of goals as far as I'm concerned, and they have been scoring a fair amount of goals, not extremely high but still very dangerous. As you can see, some other teams with a comparable amount of goals conceded could score way less. We are comparable as well, I'd rather say, but yeah, we conceded a tiny bit more goals. And then alright, Servidor Gleba have been scoring more, but yeah, all in all, I think 79 goals for a team that have been conceding that has been conceding 38 throughout one season, yeah, is a fair amount of goals. Definitely. So let's have a look at what they look like. As you can see here, they tend to have this sort of a funny lineup or at the center, except for these 2 guys on the wings. One of those has 35.8 with 4 stars in terms of skills, 23.9 with 4 stars. Then the 2 strikers, 11.2 4 stars, 47.2 with 3.5 stars. This guy will be somewhat dangerous, I'm afraid. And then 12.2 with 4 stars, 52.7 with 3.5 stars, somewhat dangerous. Then 35.8 with 4 stars. Then we have 4.5 stars, 36.3, 4.5 stars, 42.9, but he'll be disqualified, so this might give us a tiny bit of an advantage. Then 54.7 with 4 stars and 57.2 with 4.5 stars for the goalkeeper. Alright, I'm afraid we will not be able to beat them, because scoring against these guys for a team like ours, I'm afraid it's nearly impossible. And that's why they've been conceding a very little amount of goals. Now I can somewhat explain it. They've got a very good defense all at the center, so very difficult to score from this part of the terrain. Very good defensive wingers and an extremely good goalkeeper. So very effective behind here. their lack of firepower is what led them not to lead basically within this league, because I'm pretty convinced they've got a very good team. Well, if it wasn't for this one guy, he's got a very high rating by the way, but who's got 3.5 stars recommendation only, and if it wasn't for this one guy with very high rating as well, with 3.5 stars skills, then there would be a very, very, very good team. Extremely good team. So let's have a look at our lineup. I'm afraid we don't really have a choice, but trying to counter their midfield, which is probably going to be a tiny bit dangerous, and trying to play on the wings. But Magari will not be able, in my opinion, to face this one guy who's way more experienced and who's got comparable skills. So but we'll be playing on the wings because, well, for two reasons. Number one, they don't have many players on the wings, and on the other hand, we have very good right back and left back here, who might give a tiny bit of a push on the wings. So hopefully we'll be able to counter the opponents at the center of the pitch and give them a little bit of a push on the sides. Let's quickly go into the lineup. As you can see, Fishnala has to be replaced by somebody. So let's quickly find a replacement. Mazzotta, who wasn't playing earlier, who hasn't been playing. When was it? On Sunday. Yes, he hasn't been playing on Sunday. Now he will be playing, and then we'll put Mazzotta over here. Well, in my opinion, Fabris will, well, the lack of skills or speed basically by Fabris will be compensated by Veniero. So let's have a look at the bench if there's any other interesting player we want to play. But I think that is it. I'm sorry, the reserves, not the bench. And then we'll probably have to. Now we don't really need to win. I'd really like to test this team against this kind of opponents, because we will be facing some of these teams during the next season. So I'm really tempted to test our best possible lineup with Yossa instead of playing here in the role that the Passer is playing in. But I'm afraid I don't want to risk Yossa to get injured more than necessary, so we'll keep it like that. And let's go straight to the advanced settings, because I think this is basically the lineup we want to use. We will not go defensive. I'd rather go balanced. I'd rather go normal balanced, because we want to exploit our high skills. Well, the opponents have a very high amount of routine, so they are dangerous, but not extremely dangerous in my opinion, because as you can see, we've got 11.2 here and 12.2 here. So in theory, one of these two guys, well, number 17 Daniele Gavitti, will have an experience boost, but capped at 12.2 in theory. So I think we can go balanced. So normal here. But we might even go a tiny bit attacking actually. Well, Globetrotter are very strong, so we don't have to compare to them, especially now. They haven't been shooting a lot. But why not? I mean, Now we'll think about it during the next season. Let's try and do some experiments here. Slightly attacking on the wings. Focus side will be balanced, but it would probably be the case to go on the right side of the pitch since we're stronger there. Let's try and go on the right. We'll do some somewhat extreme stuff we wouldn't normally do, but I want to put this team to the test, so I think it's the right way to do it. Since we can afford it, Fabris will be replaced by Bellocassone as a central, as a fullback. Then Bulzi will be replacing Variopinto, and this is good. So everything is good in my opinion, and we are ready. Yes, I think we're ready. So guys, hopefully we'll be able to have a look at an interesting match tonight. I'm really looking forward to this, because this looks like a real test against a mid-level team. You would probably expect them to you would probably expect not to be extremely strong or successful, but they've got hidden weapons and some aces up their sleeves. So this is a real test, more than it used to be against I don't know, 90s or Globetrotter or Mayeta, who were just in theory unbeatable. So in my opinion, against Globetrotter and 90s, that were more a matter of luck rather than technique. We did give it a push, but it was probably more luck than anything else. So that said, I think we should go for wrapping this up. This will be a real test. That was the point. Sorry for speaking too much about this. So guys, thanks a lot again for watching, and of course see you in the next video. Bye.